Papaya, it also has a lot of medicinal properties. So we use the leaves as an insecticide, natural fungicide, insecticide for the garden. It's also very good for the hepatic system, for liver, for, well, intestinal parasites as well. Then you have some Kalanchoes, which are, well, they're used a lot ornamentally, but the liquid here, you can eat it, you can drink it in infusion, and they use it for different types of cancer as well. They use it for any type of wound. You can disinfect it directly like this, and if it's very deep, like a gangrene, and you will eat like 2 centimeters per day of this plant, and it will heal you from the inside, and it propagates very, very, very easily.
So you take it like that?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And as we are in the tropics, you know that it's not easy sometimes to heal the wounds. This one is also an interesting one. We use it as a ground cover. It spreads easily, but then we use the whole plant, the roots and the whole plant. We also, it's one of the ones we distill and make tinctures, and well, it's nicknamed the stone breaker because it has the capacity to break the stones of the kidney. And it's very, very good for the liver also. So it's a very interesting plant as well, and it's growing wild now, a bit everywhere. It works as a ground cover. Then you can see there's some mandioca, as also having some red peppers here. And then this is a plant called the vitex, has these leaves kind of like the marijuana. And this one is a plant that they attribute it mostly to the women because it's used for menopause, for menstruation, pain, even in cases of infertility. So it's also a very interesting plant. Then you have some basil, some basilic, some more moringas. There you have some European lemon. We can go this way and kind of do the spiral. This is also a plant, the damian. It's an aphrodisiac. This is carasol. It's an ananas. It gives some very, very nice fruits. Not yet giving, but soon it will give. And here the classic neem, which is also used as an insecticide. It's also used for malaria and for different problems. And we were talking about Artemisia. This is Artemisia. But this one is left now for propagating, for seeds. If you want to harvest it, you harvest it when it starts giving signs of flower. Is the moment where you harvest it, when it's rich in artemisinin, the substance that is used for making most of the malaria pills. Then you have some kind of wild basil. This is bay leaf, laurel, and myrtle. And so this is some stuff that, well, even though it's used a lot locally, you will not find it planted here. So here we really try to have a good mix of plants. It makes them healthy, it controls pests as well. So here you have a jasmine. So when you have a lot of smells, a lot of colors, this one, the Vinca rosea, also used to cure diabetes and for cancer. It's a very, very potent flower as well. And with an Artemisia on top, the nitrogen fixing, the local basil, papaya. When you have a lot of different smells and different colors, what happens is that you protect your garden from invasions of pests and stuff like this, because the pests, they're sensitive to odor and to color. So when you have a lot of different color and a lot of different odors in the garden, well, you confuse the pests so they cannot really propagate. So even if they attack one plant, they'll have a very hard time passing until the next one. And then the introduction of a lot of wood, rotten wood, brings you a lot of fungus. And the fungus is, well, it's fundamental for the development of the garden. Once you have the mycelium, like the earth's internet that connects all the other plants and helps them exchange nutrients and minerals, water, etc. So rotting wood is a fundamental part. So once you have fungus and bacteria, and there's two elements that are very important: bacteria and fungus. So bacteria, you can introduce it with compost, with the rotting things, and fungus mostly with the wood. And these elements are fundamental. You see, this is the mycelium, this white stuff here. So it's like this internet connection. You know, it connects the different plants, and it helps to transport the nutrients. And it decomposes and makes earth. So that's a fundamental part of the garden. This is a mandarin that they call the dwarf mandarin, because it doesn't really get big, but they're very, very sweet, and you eat them with the skin. And here you have another one. This one, the tree will stay small, but it will give you some big mandarins. It just started now, but it's going, it's healthy. Flower we were talking about. This one is also it's also from the Kalanchoe, the one that you put on your foot. This one can also be used, but they also call it, in English they call it the headache plant, and they say that when you put it directly it can calm the headaches. It can also be used, you can squirt the juice for against ear infections, for otitis, and also you can drink it in infusions for bronchitis and different pulmonary and breathing disorders. So it's very interesting, and it propagates like this, throwing this leaf. Just by throwing the leaf on the ground, a plant will come out.